What's going on? It's your girl Jory. I'm back with another questions to ask your agent. And this time we want to just see what they talk about the agent, the players and their clients that it didn't work out. So agents usually talk about all their best players, right? They usually get on and be like, I represent so-and-so in the WNBA. You know, so-and-so, he was in the G League and I got him the Euro League. Man, he's from your hometown. You know him? I got him from a D2 and now he's here. They love to tell those stories, but what about the others? All of their clients succeed usually when they're pitching to you. But what you want to know is you got to figure out who they really are and what's the balance between success and those that have failed. So you want to ask, who was the last player you couldn't help? Why did it fail? Why didn't you help them? Now, the last player you couldn't help could be many reasons. They can come up with whatever, that they didn't have good talent, or they didn't even, they got injured, or the player, whatever. You want to see why could they not help them? And see if it's something where they say the player wasn't good enough, or if it was like, I didn't have the connections and they left me. Why did it fail? What really happened? And then you want to see what players did you decide not to help that came to you. Now that gives you an insight into what caliber of players they have no interest in helping, engaging and being truthful with yourself, more or less, that if they're looking at where you are now and if you take a drop off, that might be an insight into that agent, most likely if you drop off, won't pay attention to you. So you really want to really understand and be truthful with yourself. So if they claim none, that they've helped all their agents, so then you want to be like, so you've never faced adversity. That's great. And again, you can change your tone a little bit because, the agents the agents feel them at their neck all the time, but I would be at their neck. However, obviously tone management in these situations are key, but you want to say, wow, so you never had adversity with a client. Like you've never had where you couldn't sign a player. This brings an opportunity, truthfully, to be vulnerable from the agent and really see if they're open to building a relationship. But also this is going to help them recognize who you are and also maybe have more respect for you as a client. And one key thing I want to mention, sometimes I do make it all about the agent, but also you're trying to recruit someone to want to work for you, because the more you show who you are, the more comfortable they feel with putting you into different situations that you're showing you can handle. And so being proactive and not just being like, oh, cool, you got my friend, I'm going to sign with you, also makes them respect you more, which comes with a different level of representation that they might push. So one thing is not even about if you want to spend time to listen to this and start to learn how to ask good questions and really interrogate these agents and ask questions about them. But it comes with a level of respect, even if they might get a little irritated, even if they might feel a little uncomfortable. In the back of their head, it's going to make you stand out. And so they're going to be like, oh, that person's different. So remember, ask the hard questions. Ask agents and get to know them better before you sign, because ultimately the goal is to find an agent that works for you long term. The right business partner leads to success. That's my 2 cents. Peace.